As you command, Megatron.
Anyway, I'm just going to go ahead and start talking, regardless if anybody shows up. That way, you guys can watch this later. James Freeman is doing a very I'm going to okay. You can start getting older, you forget how fucking old you are. What's up, Noel? When I was about 6 years old, I was taken from my home. By what's currently called CPS now, but back then it was just called Liberty. And the neighbors called the cops, and I was taken to a receiving home. It basically in the system until I was 18 and told them to go fuck themselves. And was on my own. So I've been inside the system, and I've seen what they've done to families, and it's what James Freeman is doing right now is just amazing, and he's live right now. In front of a CPS building, and I know that he's gotten threats, and believe me, they're real. I've been approached many times by workers, I believe, that wanted to have sex with me. My saving grace was I've always been a very large child. My grandparents are from Russia and Scotland. Iron Man 3 here is a family in a little bit. What goes on in the child care system, I've got so many stories. I've been in so many group homes, so many foster homes, and the saving grace, me being a very large child. I mean, I was a sophomore in high school, and I was 300 pounds. I played on the football team. I was the largest kid in my county. It was called it was the Carmichael Group Home, Guadalupe Homes, in Cypress, on Cypress Avenue in Carmichael, California. That's in Sacramento. Just to give you an example, one day we're supposed to do chores, right? We're in a group home. We're supposed to do chores, and I walked up to the counselor and I said, "Hey, can you check my thing for me?" He reached down and grabbed my dick. This is just some of the stuff. Now back then, you know, how old was I? What, 11? 12. You know, you really don't know what's going on. I just stood there in shock. I'm like, I didn't ask you to touch my junk. I just asked you to touch my thing, and he does. You know, he did it finally. But I've been cornered. I've been sexually harassed. In fact, a lot of you who know me, there was one time I joke about sucking dick. You know, that's where it happened. I was in a group home. I think I was. But on a serious note, I've been in group homes where I watched 3 other kids below me try to take me to Yosemite and drop me off. This was in my later years as a teenager, and I eventually I was cutting concrete. I had my own apartment, and when I turned 18, Guadalupe Homes brought me in and said, "Hey, we'll continue to give you the money we would normally give the foster parent and give it to you. You just can't drive." You know, I told them, "Hey, I'm 18. Fuck the system." I went outside, hopped on my 600 Ninja, and took off. I already had my own apartment, had my own job. But the system is very corrupt. What James Freeman is doing right now, he's putting his family on the line and I commend you on that, James, because I've been into the system and I've seen what it's done to families. Hey, zero fucks given. Do you play? Hey, zero fucks. On a side note, do you play Call of Duty Mobile? Because my PC's in storage, so we don't play PC. We just play on my Note 10 Plus. But anyway, I want to play Call of Duty Mobile. So yeah, I just wanted to put my 2 cents out there on how corrupt the system is and how dangerous it is to come forth, because CPS can take your children for just the dumbest shit. And, you know, the government gives CPS, what, $80,000 for every child they take out of the home? It's a very lucrative system. And you just downloaded the game earlier today. Okay, well, I'm Optimus Tattoo. OPTIMUSTATTOO, one word, on Google Play. On Call of Duty Mobile. Optimus Tattoo, one word. Add me. My 6-year-old is max level.
No, he's not. I'm max.
Oh, you're max level? This is Danon. This is Mighty Danon. Him and my 6-year-old son, they noob people, dude, daily on Call of Duty Mobile. There's my 6-year-old. So if you happen to play Xavier and the Great,
always get headshots and snipers.
Xavier and the Great or a Mighty Danon, you're being beat by kids. Play better.
I have a sniper that one hit kills you.
You do. You're pretty good. You kick my ass.
Yeah,
Anyway.
even with that shark sniper.
All right, let me get back to my video. So anyway, I just wanted to give a big commending out there to James Freeman for what he does, because he's in the risk of losing his family. Just by being out there, CPS can come and take his kids. Oh, thank you, Zero Fucks Human. That's cool. I say hi to you, but you probably don't see it, but I watch your gameplay. You're pretty good. You're really good. Anyway, getting on to the CPS thing. I mean, I've had people blatantly come into a room where I was in and shut the door. And in the group home, the rule is the door must remain open, especially when council members are in there, like group home workers. And I'm like, why is the door shut? Open the door. And I've had them approach me and confront me in the corner with like literally breathing down my neck. And I can't explain to you the feeling you get when you're a child, and you get this feeling like something wrong is going to happen to you. And the only saving grace is just me being a large person. I mean, I've always been a very large kid, and that's saved me, I believe, from getting molested. But the feeling, just the fear of being molested has always been out there. And I've seen kids who've gotten molested, and it destroys them. It really, the CPS needs to go. I mean, just like the sheriff and almost, James Freeman is showing the proof. So anyway, I just wanted to throw a big shout out there to James Freeman and everybody else out there that's recording in front of CPS, because if you have kids, you are throwing your family in danger. Because when companies make this kind of money from the government, there's no telling what they can do to your family. And we have all these freedoms and rights, but let me tell you, there's times where I bite my tongue because I don't want my family taken away from me.
I'm gonna watch the movie.
Because one wrong thing, you said this, will take in your family.
I'm watching
So anyway, I'm done. I just wanted to, because it brought up some emotions. Excuse me. About me growing up in the system, because it was rough. So, thanks, James. If you watch this video, you're awesome. And let me tell you, I hope that we take him down one day. All right, I'm going to go.